Parasite SEO is alive and well in 2025. Now, those who have been following me for a while will know I went hard on this strategy last year, where rather than building your own website, you can simply leverage the power and authority of an existing website. In 2023, that I really noticed that especially LinkedIn and Medium seem to be ranking for just about everything. And it was so easy to produce an optimized page of content, post it on one of these platforms, build some automated dodgy backlinks to it, use CTR manipulation tools. I'll include links to these resources below, and that would enable you to rank. I even got into a Parasite SEO competition where we were trying to rank for rhinoplasty North Korea, and I was able to get to number one very quickly with a LinkedIn post. No one else was able to unseat me, and there were lots of discussions of what on earth is this guy doing, how can we overtake him, we're doing everything he's doing, and generally I think it largely came down to the fact I was using these additional layers that couldn't be seen on the front end. So automated backlinks and CTR manipulation. So that's basically a robot using unique IPs that searches your keyword, clicks on your result. If you're using it on your own website, you've got to be careful. Only send a small amount of undetectable traffic because you obviously don't want to look dodgy. But if it's just a post on LinkedIn or Medium, then you can go really hard on that particular page because Google's not going to take down LinkedIn or Medium anytime soon. Or that's the theory anyway. But soon enough, Google caught on, and there are various updates introduced to try and reduce the impact of Parasite SEO and site reputation abuse. Which is fair enough, because this really isn't a strategy that should be working so well. Now, I've had some pushback on my channel saying, why is it you don't talk about Parasite SEO anymore? And I'll be completely honest with you, it's purely an ROI decision, where even though the building my own site might take longer, there is more of a sense of having a true asset there. Whereas Parasite SEO felt very churn and burn. Even a successful Parasite page would only really rank for a few weeks or so before it started to disappear. So I know people who set up teams and processes to make sure they're constantly publishing content to make sure they always stay at the top. And that's a perfectly valid strategy. But in my case, I just felt I got tired out of that constant grind. And that's not so bad when Parasite SEO is working really well. But once Google really started clamping down on it and started de-indexing certain websites or de-indexing certain subdomains within websites, so you'll notice if you go to a lot of major news sites, their coupon code sections no longer rank anymore for that exact same reason. And the famous Parasite site outlookindia.com, that's had a load of changes over the last year or two. So no one is saying that Parasite SEO doesn't work anymore. Well, actually, I say that if you're onto SEO Twitter or the SEO Facebook groups, there'll be loads of discussions about how Parasite SEO doesn't work anymore. But all you need to do is have a look at the search results and you'll see it is alive and well. This is a technique I talked about in my Parasite SEO playbook, where I basically talked about how you can find niches that really appeal to Parasite SEOs that tend to be high-value products, high-value supplements with really high commissions. And by reverse engineering these kinds of searches and these kind of profit products, that's a really good way to identify which sites are really working well at the moment for Parasite SEO. Because all you need to do is put in these search terms and you'll see exactly what sites are ranking for those types of keywords at the moment. So I explained that in my Parasite SEO playbook. This used to be a paid product, but I'm now giving it away for free. So if you click the link in the description below, all you have to do is put in your email and you'll get that ebook instantly delivered to you. And it was using this process of reverse engineering that I was able to find this particular forum. And it seems like forums are the latest thing in Parasite SEO. Now, I've kind of been aware of this in the background for a while. I was noticing various Windows forums, things like that. But as soon as you actually click on the link that's of the page that's ranking, you then find you've got a dead page. So it seemed that they were getting cleaned up very quickly. Pages weren't hanging around very long. And it seemed to be very difficult to actually get approved onto these platforms and create a profile on there. So Datamedix.com. This is just blowing up everywhere. So in October 2024, this site was only getting 134 visitors per month. And yet on the 23rd of December, bear in mind this is after the 19th of December Google update, it was getting 40,000 visitors per month. So you can just see this massive increase within just a few weeks. And that's not just because people are piling in, pumping out low competition info content. All this content has the CPC value. The value of that traffic is $32,000 per month. And if we look at those keywords, you can see it's all affiliate spam. So this Voltex heated vest seems to be everywhere at the moment. So obviously they must be offering a high commission rate. We've got Tonic Greens reviews, Nova Wave, Smart Blood Sugar, Colon Broom, Neotonics, Java Burn coffee reviews. And this forum is ranking so well for these for a very simple reason. If I put in Neotonics reviews, we've got the paid ads at the top. Then we've got an Amazon listing. But then immediately underneath that, we've got this huge discussions and forums snippet. Now, this was the reason that posting affiliate links on Reddit worked so well, but then Reddit got really difficult to post on because they really started clapping down on outbound links. It was really hard to actually get anything to stick. So what's happened instead, it seems like more people are moving on to forums. And to illustrate what I was saying about what I said in the book, reverse engineering these searches, you can see this is basically all Parasite. Apart from Amazon, we've got discussions and forums that even includes a Facebook group, more on that in a minute. And then we've got YouTube videos. This channel, Wrestling Best, seems to be popping up all over the place. I used to follow, I think it's the same people doing it. There was Flamenco Online and a couple of other these channels that would basically hire actors to talk about a product. And it seems like this Wrestling Best is the latest version of that and doing it extremely well. And then we've got Quora, Wrestling Best again, and then we've got Facebook again. And yet the classic medium is right down at number 9 now. So interesting side note, this Facebook group seemed to literally been a simple Facebook group set up in the summer using the exact as the name of the group. They've set it to public. They've got a long about section, and then they have just a single post in the group. Again, quite long form, but that has been enough to actually get into that discussions and forum snippet. But we're not actually talking about that today. I want to focus on this site, Datamedix, because as you can see, enormous traffic all within just the last few weeks. And if I go onto this forum, it's on WordPress. It's fascinating to watch. I've had this open for a while now, and you can just see all these articles being slammed in. Guardian supplement review 17 minutes ago. This really reminds me of, I think it was around this time last year, maybe a bit earlier. There was a particular Google group, and Google groups were ranking really well. So that group just got spammed to death. And so you could see all these articles coming in all the time. So again, you went onto Ahrefs and had this enormous hockey stick of a graph. And that's really interesting because not only does that mean the site is ranking better, but it's also because everyone else is piling in and adding their content to it. So not only is the site ranking better because of how Google's working at the moment, but it's just getting so much more content added to it. And in the meantime, you'll probably find those parasites are building backlinks to their posts. They might be using PBNs or automated spam. So actually those pages are getting far more power. So not only are they getting more content, they're also getting even more backlink power into the site. So in this case, someone's created a whole thread on this Pineal Guardian. In fact, we've got Prostivive News, also News, Angela999. So this is actually just like what was going on in that Google group last year, where basically people weren't even bothering to start a new thread or start a new post. They were simply adding a section to an existing thread and therefore getting the top position on that thread. So we've got Angela999 10 minutes ago. And then if we scroll down, so not only do we have loads of content here, stuff with affiliate links, but also lots of competition in terms of how to keep your content more visible in that thread. Now, of course, wanted to test this out. So I initially signed up with my company email address and got instant block saying we've detected unusual activity, whatever, you're not accepted. I tried again with a Gmail address and I got accepted, except it says your account is currently awaiting approval by an administrator. You'll receive an email when a decision has been taken. Now that was a couple of days ago and nothing has happened yet. So what's going on there? If I come down here and start looking at some of these users, Temu coupon code from Yang, we can see Yang joined today at 10:59 a.m. Then we've got Gia23. When did they join? Today at 10 past 2 p.m. Looks like the Temu coupon codes are really going hard at the moment. When did Angela join? That was Tuesday at 10:56 p.m. So I'm not convinced by this whole sit around and wait for a moderator. I think somehow people are getting through that filter. And I'm not exactly sure how they're doing it. Are they buying some sort of old age Gmail account? But then having said that, the one I used was pretty old as well. Is there a certain type of email address? Is it to do with IP address? In which case, does the location need to be correct? Doubt that someone watching this video might have an idea. Obviously, feel free to let us know in the comments if you're willing to share. Honestly, I think these things are great fun while they last, but it's not really a long-term business model. It can be a good bit of fun. I shared a video the other day where I talked about my experience of using Reddit last year. And while it worked, it was great. And with the residual income, I made around $10,000 from that particular process. So if you want to try it out, absolutely feel free. I'm not stopping you. But in terms of energy, I found Parasite SEO was so popular. And yet I would say the popularity kind of outweighed the benefit. Yes, you can do really well with it, but don't be mistaken into thinking this is going to be an easy ride. You've got to try and work out where your biggest leverage actually is. So Parasite SEO is a natural reaction, given that Google's latest updates, especially the helpful content update, basically made a load of site owners really annoyed. And they realized you can rank so much easier using LinkedIn or Medium, so of course they went and did that instead. Whereas traditionally, I would say you're much better off building your own asset. So more broadly speaking, I would say there are bigger levers you could pull, whether it's getting on YouTube and building your YouTube following, or working on your sales funnels, improving Facebook ads. Certainly in my case, there are places where I can have far more leverage than simply spamming forums and hoping it works. But you never know. If you've got a good offer that's paying you a good commission, then certainly at the moment, at least, it seems to be a smart thing to do, because you can be right at the top in this discussions and forum snippet. If we click see more here, do we get a load of other forums? So we've got Reddit, Quora, Ultimate Guitar Forum from November. We can see none of these really actually getting any traffic, according to the Ahrefs Chrome extension. We've got this other forum, Golf. That thread's been taken down, so obviously a lot more moderation happening on that forum. Huge amount of traffic. Is that from actual VW golf related content, or is it from spam? Nope, it's from spam. We've got Java Ben. That's at number 7. Tonic Greens again. Now, are these threads actually staying live, or are they being taken down? They're being taken down. So it looks like you might be able to get in for a short time on some of these forums, but again, they get cleaned up very quickly. Let's just have a look at how this traffic has trended over time, and even better than before. So it was getting some traffic before, certainly, around 12,000 visitors per month. And then immediately after the December update, we go from 12,000, 14,000, 20,000, 32,000, 50,000 on New Year's Eve, and now we're up to 62,000 on the 3rd of January. So really interesting to watch that, but that's probably why the moderators are now pushing back, saying we're being spammed to death. We need to do something about this. So like I say, don't believe the hype. Parasite SEO does still work. There's plenty of caveats to that. It's about how you execute it. Same as anything else. Nothing else works immediately out of the box without you actually doing some work with it. And there's going to be plenty of pitfalls along the way. But yeah, that discussions and forum snippet seems to be big. So if you are hurting after the December update, then it might be a case of trying out experimenting with Facebook groups or some of these forums. It looks like you can get into that discussions and forum snippet pretty easily without having to rely on Reddit or Quora. But if you do want further information about the steps to take after you've identified one of these winning sites, posted your article, and then how you actually get that article ranking and how you make it stick, then click the link below and go and download for free my Parasite SEO playbook. Like I say, this used to be paid, now I'm giving it away for free. All you have to do is sign up on the site there.